Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. A little bit late on Sunday, slept in. Man, that was another night game, but what a entertaining football game. I don't think it was well played, but somehow Kansas State wins its 16th game in a row against its rival Kansas. And despite Lance Leipold obviously closing the gap and making his program value this game more, it hasn't translated into wins. It's translated into close losses for the Jayhawks. And there might be more losses in the future. First, a reminder to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. Appreciate it so much. As KU slowly moves away from the Jalen Daniels era and its promise, and everything that positive has happened under Lance Leipold, the reality is that was an experienced KU team that loses an awful lot for next year. What will Kansas be like in the future? Well, they'll probably be pretty good under Lance Leipold, but will they be good enough to complete the task of closing the gap? Because in my opinion, the gap opens back up in the offseason. When K-State loses its seniors, it'll be painful, but there's so much talent waiting to play that has been on hold while those guys get their minutes. Austin Moore, Brendan Mott, some of the offensive linemen. It's been a great group, but it hasn't been the core of this team this year either. The core of this team has been young players. Even DJ Giddens, who's a junior, I imagine he'll come back for his senior year, but you never know. But still, when quarterback Avery Johnson is just a sophomore and he's finding ways for his team to win that game against a rival in what was a game that honestly K-State should lose, says a lot. Dylan Edwards shined whenever he was able to be put in a position to succeed, and I hope K-State coaches find more ways to do so because the kid, also a true sophomore, is amazing. We know that they fear Jayce Brown quite a bit because he's a playmaker, and he was again, to a degree, on Saturday night at the Bill. He's too a sophomore. Austin Romaine caused the fumble, forced the fumble of Jalen Daniels in the fourth quarter that led to the game-winning field goal. Yeah, he too is a true sophomore. In fact, that recruiting class for 2023 is honestly going to be the foundation of this program for a very long time because those guys just scratch the surface. There's so many more that are now working their way into key positions and will be there for years to come as this rivalry bounces back to Lawrence and K-State. At least for 2 more years, this team will have a group of players that greatly values beating its rival in what is known as, I'm going to say it, the Sunflower Showdown. The future is bright for K-State football overall, but it's also bright in this rivalry. This domination could go on for many years, but then again, we've seen in the past 2 or 3 years that KU's getting closer. They're closing the gap. But still, and it might just be a mental barrier at this point, and K-State saw it happen against Nebraska for their program. K-Staters, if you recognize it in what you did, you better recognize it in what KU did. Right now, the biggest obstacle to KU beating K-State is right up here, and it's not going away.